How are you, my friend?
I'm very well, thank you very much. My name's Robbie Knock. I'm one of the commentators for this wonderful Africa Cup of Nations 2023 here in the Côte d'Ivoire. And I've just seen some fine South African supporters who have turned up here in Abidjan because they're ready to be celebrating and getting behind Bafana Bafana for the final game. It's been an absolute dream and a privilege to see South Africa put themselves on the big stage, playing some great football. You know, right from the back with the man with the gloves, all the way right through to the front. Some great football, and the atmosphere has been fantastic. So you know, hi to the people from South Africa. Very appreciative of the great football that's been played in this wonderful competition, and have a great third place playoff against the Democratic Republic of Congo. Okay, that's good.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, pleasure.
Good morning, everybody. Today is the 10th of February, which means we are playing the playoff, the third position. So we haven't done up to the final. We are now playing for the third position. The show is called TBR SSF Show. It is myself, the Saubrey Boyz Walefatshe, joined by Sheikhs Manqoba Ngwenya, the former Mamelodi Sundowns and Vets, with the man with an educated left foot. Sheikhs, welcome to the show. Kindly greet the viewers. Mshega? Mshega, can you hear me? I think Mshega is struggling to hear me. Manamela, in the meantime, while Sheikhs is still trying to log in, I know that you're down Emanzini, Ekakasin. You were at Richards Bay last night. Are you still there, or are you now in Durban now? Where are you now?
Yeah, no, I'm still in Richards Bay.
All right, so you'll be in a bit later. All right. Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. How's the weather, by the way?
You know what? I think it's a little bit chilly outside.
Is
but
it?
Yeah, it's okay. The weather is okay.
Richards Bay is normally warm due to that humidity.
Yesterday it was hot.
Yeah,
it was very hot. So now it's still in the morning, you see, and I haven't checked the weather.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Mshege, welcome to the show. Greet the viewers, Manamela.
Yeah, thank you very much, Saubrey, and good morning to you and to your viewers, and also good morning to Sheikhs Manqoba. Good morning.
I enjoyed doing the show with you last time. That's why I recalled you.
Oh.
I really enjoyed doing the show with you. All right.
I was not sure, but thank you.
No. I know that you're a Chiefs fan, but
yes.
I always say there's nothing wrong people knowing what are you supporting. For me, it's even bad if we don't know what you are supporting. But when you express views, you know, be balanced, you know, analyze honestly so, because sometimes we serve as the mirror to these guys to assist them.
Yeah.
We are on the ground, we hear what people are complaining about. So our job is to let them know, you know, what's happening. Mshege, welcome to the show. Greet the viewers and thank you for coming in.
Yes, Saubrey. Greetings to the viewers and also you, Mr. Manamela, and yourself.
Mshege, thank you so much. We have seen what happened. Now let's assess, guys. Do you think we need to keep this coach, or what's your take? People are saying a lot of things. Don't keep the coach, whatever. I see, but before that, let me show you. Jovicho was sharing with me what was happening in his life, in the life of his year is with Lucas and Neil Tovey. It was a very nice event, and then we also saw him here with Dr. Danny Jordan. So I want us to look at the coach, what he has done, and also look at Dr. Danny Jordan, because I always hear people, whenever they talk, they will use Bafana, they will bring Danny Jordan. I want to hear, is it fair for people who are calling for his head, or has he succeeded? All right. Well, maybe Dr. Danny Jordan may not like that what you are talking, but let's talk. Let's do an analysis. All right. And then yeah, and then there is a fan park today at Melrose Arc, 8 p.m. And then people, if they want to go and enjoy, they can go there and join the people there. And then it's gonna be very, very exciting. I started the show with a friend of Saddam, who's a journalist there, and then which was very, very good. Now, but before I go any further, I just want to share. This was very heroic of Rowan Williams, and I'm told that a number of teams are looking at him. Here, you're told that also Chelsea are looking at him. The boy is so good, absolutely good. And then I saw somewhere, apparently, El Hadji Diouf was looking for Rowan Williams' jersey. So he has made such a huge impact. And then, so, yeah, Shega, let's get started, guys. And let's analyze how far have we gone? What do you think about the squad? How did we play before we can look at the coach, before we can look at Dr. Danny Jordan? Shega?
Yes, Professor.
Yeah, what's your take? How did you see Bafana in this tournament? All right, remember, we went up to the semi-final. This has never happened in the last 24 years. All right. So as we analyze, we need to look at those facts. So what's your take? How did you see Bafana? And what's your take about the coach?
Yeah, Professor, to be honest, we all know a lot of people had little faith in our boys, leading up to this tournament, the AFCON. And even before, there was a little faith also with the coach, in terms of his team selection as well. So I believe the boys did well. In the end, they surpassed a lot of expectations. We saw a lot of players rise, the likes of Yosti Tole in the middle, left a lot for the South Africans to see, in terms of going forward with the team. So I'm just proud of the boys, the way they played, and they brought back that pride again. I was looking to buy the jersey as well, just before the game today, to support the boys. Even you hear a lot of people saying they're going to be at the airport to welcome the boys. So a lot of people are proud of Bafana of the way they performed. Even though we didn't make it all the way, but we showed Africa that Bafana is not to be taken lightly, and I think credit needs to be given to Hugo Broos for sticking with his guns, and believing in what he wants to do, in terms of the future of Bafana. You can see that team has a future, and a lot of people were criticizing him in terms of his selection, his player selection, but he stuck by his guns. He's the type of person who makes the decisions, and he lives by them, and the boys have come through for him, and they've worked, and really the pride of the nation is back, with Bafana. We believe in Bafana again, and I think we're going the right way.
You have mentioned something very interesting. I mean, you said you want to buy a jersey. I mean, Sheikh, you're a former player. You have a very close proximity to a lot of players. For you to get a jersey is very simple. The mere fact that you are willing just to buy, to show the support to Bafana Bafana, that is commendable. And I know that you're still a football fanatic. You go to the stadium and support. Manamela, as Shakes has said, I don't know what's your take. And then I heard Hugo Broos said, why people are saying, I said, I want to leave. I'm stopping. All right. So what would you say? Would you say the men should stop or the men should continue? Looking at the fact that the majority of players, more than 90% of the players were local players. All right. And this guy has done it before. I think it was Cameroon when he was leading them. He won the AFCON with the local players. I mean, he has already won the AFCON. The guy is so experienced, and his stubbornness. At some point, I was very irritated when he didn't want to talk to the media. I felt that he was undermining us. And I want to throw in something. What about the role that is being played by Dr. Patrice Motsepe? The man has done well, as far as I'm concerned. Apparently, this AFCON so far, it has been watched by 2 billion people across the world. All right. And then we've seen a lot of improvement. Dr. Patrice Motsepe was Sundowns. Sundowns has improved. They've introduced AFL, and then we see what's happening with AFL. Look at AFCON. What's your take? Manamela, I want you to comment about those issues. Do you feel that a coach should continue or should he sack the coach?
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Saubrey. Yeah, I was happy about Bafana Bafana. You know, finally we can compete. Finally we can compete with the world. And at least now Bafana Bafana, it has brought trust. You know, people can talk about Bafana Bafana. And, you know, let's look at the first game against Mali. You know, yeah, that game against Mali, you know, we were not much happy, you know, especially about Sianda Tulu. We couldn't understand why people like Sianda Tulu were selected, people like Thapelo Morena, why they were selected, because they are not playing at their clubs, you see. Why CBC from Orlando Pirates was selected, because he's not fully active. Yes, he's playing, but he's not fully active at his own club. And maybe it is because it is due to their experience or what. And the second game, he changed those players. He changed, Sianda was not there. And then kind of the second game, did we draw or we win?
No,
we won. We draw.
Yes. The second game we were playing, is it Namibia? We won.
We won, yes, we won.
That was Namibia, then
yes,
we drew against Tunisia.
Yes. So we won against Namibia.
And it was convincing. It was fun.
It was very convincing. It was a clear win, you see. And we then, let's talk about the final now. The
final or the semi-final?
Not the semi-final.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the semi-final.
Yeah,
you know, while now we are happy, and then he's bringing back Sianda Tulu. I don't have a problem with a player, but why? You saw Thapelo Morena was performing very well, but why you bring Tulu?
Sianda Tulu,
Sianda Tulu. Maybe is it because of the experience he played with the European players or not? But we look at Thapelo Morena. Thapelo Morena is having an experience of playing with African teams. I mean, he won AFCON already, and the semi-final with AFCON while he's playing for Sundowns. So yeah, but yeah, in a nutshell.
I love your analysis. I could not understand myself. When we were playing Namibia, he had Mudau, he had Morena. That's pace. And that is why we scored 4. All right? Now, all of a sudden, the next game, he leaves one out. All right? We struggled. And in the semi-final, I too, I was worried. Was he defending? Why is he under Tulu? For me, you know? And then I was a little bit worried because we were too defensive. All right? And then later, then he started introducing. And then Shakes, I heard people were on Daw's case. Some people are saying, the boy is hyped for nothing. Although I don't agree to that. I think the boy is a very good player. He's doing quite well. So I don't know, Shakes. What's your take? This analysis of Manamela, what's your take about it? Because I think the coach went defensive this time. But what I like about this coach, he learns and change but I think that was the biggest mistake of bringing Esianda Tulu in that game, and then did not bring pace. All right, I don't know what was he trying to defend.
Yeah, Saubrey, the coach sometimes he can make decisions, and we will never all agree with them. I also didn't understand that one, but I don't want to be too critical with the coach, especially when we've done well in the tournament, because at times it's very difficult to please everybody as a coach in terms of your player selection as well. But I think the comments on Mudau are totally wrong. Saubrey, I think he's one of the best players in that national team, and he gives so much, But obviously, that one opportunity that he got against Nigeria could have taken us to the final, So a lot of people will talk about that. But you must also understand that he's not a striker, so that he doesn't have that striker's instinct when he's close to the box like that, But yeah, I'm happy with Mudau, and yeah.
No, for me,
Yeah.
Mudau was doing well. Look, that ball, anyone could have missed it. Look, they were so, adrenaline comes to your head. You see the opportunity. Here I can score. You score it before you score, and it can happen to anybody. Very few players will always remain calm and do the work in a calmly way. So Mudau did well, and then yes, there and there, but there was a goal that came, I think was the first goal. He was lacking there because what's his name? Osimeni, when he was there to tap it in, he wasn't there. All right. So, but look, there's nothing wrong in criticizing the coach. We are helping the coach to understand how do we see it. All right. Okay, fine. He's a coach. He's got experience, but that doesn't mean that we don't know nothing. We are watching ourselves. We've watched so many games, and we can see which games where we did well. So this will also help him as he reviews. But let's move on, Manamela. I hear people, if anything happens, if they criticize Bafana, Danny Jordan comes in. What's your take about Danny? Has he done well, or has he really not done well? And if he hasn't done well, what happened? What wrong?
Saubrey, on our last show, I was bold in saying that I'm happy that I'm sharing the stage with the people, professionals like Manqoba. And I even went further and say it is time that South Africa, they must give people like Abu Sheiks who are having experience a chance to express themselves. They have played the game but they are nowhere to be found.
mm.
You go to the municipality structures in terms of sports, you see people who don't have experience, while there are people that we know that in terms of soccer, they do have an experience. I'm not going to be scared to talk about where I'm sitting, by the way,
Yeah,
to
no,
talk
it's your opinion.
to talk
It's your
about
opinion.
is my opinion,
Yeah.
yes, to
So
talk
you're
about
entitled to it. There's nothing wrong
yes,
with it.
Danny Jordan. You know, in South Africa, it looks like we are politicizing the soccer sports. You know, people like Danny Jordan is a politician, right? So maybe he has gained experience, obviously, but he's a politician. You know, we have you look at Cameroon, we have Samuel Eto'o. Samuel Eto'o is there, tier one, not only just be there, but a tier one decision maker, you see. You show us a photo of Jovijo and Neltovi and Lucas Hadeb. Where are they? Lucas Hadebe played for, I mean, he's being celebrated in UK. We want Lucas Hadebe to come and run that SAFA. You know, I saw some shows where Dr. Kumalo as well was commenting. Dr. Kumalo, he's an experienced person. He knows soccer. He understands. He can scout the good players. Those people like Dr. Kumalo, they must go into that office and run it. And our current coach, you know, I don't mind if we fall on from our own sword. The current coach, whether he stays or goes, it doesn't matter to me. In fact, he must go. We have so many experience in our local football that has to be used. The Sheikhs Mashabas, you know, the Sheikhs Mashabas, they can coach. There are so many. So Jomosono, let's look at Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates, when they won that cup, African Cup, many players, they were coming from Orlando Pirates side. They were coming from Jomosono. And where does Jomosono get players? Most of the time, he's getting players from the street. He knows how to develop a player. So we must not be ashamed. Former football, it's said that when you go around Tembisa, you see them roaming around doing nothing with experience, not only Tembisa, different places, you know, and people will be happy that the former player was drinking a beer. Have you seen Spanibani, Unwa beer, Sana court?
Okay, Javier, that's your point. Mshege, what's your take about what Manamela has said?
Yes, Saubrey. I also concur to that fact that, you know, football must be run by people who are passionate about the game, who have the best interests of the game at heart, you know, and it should not be a political thing, Saubrey. So yes, I also concur with the view that the likes of your Lucas Radebes and your Dr. Kumalo should be in and around those structures, you know, because those guys have played at the highest level. They've represented Bafana at the highest level and won us the the Africa Cup of Nations, you know. So they come with a wealth of experience and also the love of the game, you know, like Mr. Manamela has also pointed out that in Cameroon you have your Samuel Eto'o who played the game, you know. You have Kalusha Boalea who played the game in Zambia. You have in Liberia, you have the president who's won the Ballon d'Or, by the way. You know, so we also as South Africa need to have our superstars that played the game, you know, being involved in the running of SAFA at a certain level, you know. I think we'll see things improve if we can do that. Yeah.
You know, Mshege and Manamela, I have a different view. I don't agree with you guys. Mshege has mentioned something very important, that George Weah, a Ballon d'Or winner, he was a politician. Danny Jordan has been a footballer even before politics. So politics is part of their life. And I ask, if people are saying Danny has failed, what does that mean? Danny has won the women AFCON, all right? And then here we are. And not only that, and then here is Bafana after 24 years. We have qualified to the semi-final. So how do people say the man has failed if you can see results? I have nothing against. And I'm sure I like what we have done. We have gone for the courses, which is good. And I like what you are doing. You are busy with Neil Tuvi's cousin at the grassroots level, which is good. You see, me, I'm saying it's easy for us to blame, but what are we doing? You know, one of the people that I see can do well in our football is Pito Musimane. I'll tell you why I'm saying this. Pito is not talking, he's doing. He has come up with something different, an academy, all right? And Peter has coached all over Africa. I'm not saying I'm undermining Doc, I'm undermining Lucas and so on, but I'm saying why also them too can participate in structures, all right? I hear at some point Danny Jordan was pointing out and saying, Lucas must go to structures and come through structures. So I hear you, Manamela, say former players here in Tembisa are drinking, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't what you call, they shouldn't you know, take the responsibility of associating themselves with what you call, with a development in football. Sheikhs now, they are going to schools. These are things that will make people like sheikhs and others, people recognize their contribution and bring talent. And I'm here to talking about Sheikhs Mashaba and Jomo Song. You know very well I'm a fan of Jomo, but I think Jomo has done his part. So his time has passed. Sheikh Machaba, his time has passed. We can't be sitting on the laurel and talking about Jomo. In other words, we'll want Ronaldo Rosario from Brazil to come up and play again. No, no, no. You know, football evolved. Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo will be retiring soon. We'll be now looking at Mbappe and other people. So for me, those are the issues. And you mentioned something very well, Manamela, to say what's happening. I don't know. We used to have MECs of sport. I don't know. We don't see them anymore. The municipality, there was sports. What's happening? All right. Where are they? They must also be visible enough. What tournaments are they pushing? Then you have tournaments like Phillies Game, at least that are trying to bring things around. But you have people who are having a formal structure and are having the money, like government money, who can play a part. Do you get a point? So for me, that judgment of saying Daniel's failed, how? What do you use in as a yardstick? Because you need to point out that he has failed here and here, unless you are saying after this term, maybe he should allow another person to take over. But I don't think we should say things for the sake of saying. That's my opinion. I may be wrong. All of us are entitled to our opinion. Now, I've also asked about the contribution of Patrice Motsepe into our football. Remember, we never heard Patrice Motsepe in football. We knew him when he bought Sundowns. I don't know whether he played football or not. So that's one thing I'm not sure. But I'm looking at the running of the CAF and the innovation that he has brought. One of the things that he has brought is bringing more money into football. So what's your take in your closing remarks, Manamela? on what I've said?
Okay. Yeah, I'm still saying that Danny Jordan has failed. And when was the last time Bafana qualified for World Cup, you know, before the last 5 years? So we don't even qualify. And yeah, so the fact that you are unable to groom the former soccer players, the known ones, it also tells me that you are not you are not a good leader in what you are doing. A good leader.
Okay, let's pass by
okay.
Danny. I was asking about the
Okay.
contribution of
Patrice.
Patrice, of
Yes.
Dr. Patrice. Let us not make the show Danny Jordan.
Okay. No. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
True.
So we need to be fair to the man. Give him.
Yeah.
I
Well,
respect
credit
your
where
views.
is due.
Yeah,
Credit
I
where is due.
respect your views. Yeah. Let's talk about now. What's your take about what I've said about Dr. Patrice?
You know, Patrick, you know, the person who can make his employees happy is a right person. So if you can ask all the former players who played for Sundowns under the leadership of Patrice Motsepe, they are happy, you see. So he's remunerating well his players, and now he's in the whole Africa. He's the president. So you can see the improvement, you know, and even the
All right,
improvement.
Manamela, I'm
Yes,
closing
yeah.
now. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
okay.
The time is
All right.
against me.
Okay.
Mshege,
All right.
in your closing remarks, thank you so much, Manamela.
Okay.
Thanks for coming. I enjoy your analysis. And Manamela, don't be afraid. Express your views. There's nothing wrong.
Okay.
We
All
allow
right.
that to happen, okay?
Thank you.
And let's agree, we'll disagree. People always disagree. Disagreeing does not mean it's a fight. It's not a fight. But thank you
Yes.
so much.
Correct.
Bid them farewell before I go to Mshege so that Mshege can put his comment and bid them farewell.
Yeah, it was nice to be on in this show, and then hope to see you again. Thank you
Thank you,
very
my
much.
brother. Much appreciated. Mshege, what's your take? And then obviously go on and also do what you call and wrap up. But give me your last comments, especially on the issue of Dr. Patrice. You are at Sundowns. You know him much better than us. So tell us what's your take.
Yeah, Saubrey, I know him very well, you know, and a father figure to me, almost, you know, Prasobs. And the man, I can tell you, Saubrey, he's driven by hard work. He works so hard, you know, he'll be at meetings in Europe, and then he will arrange a meeting early in the morning with the Sundowns players, and you can see it in his eyes that this man hasn't slept, he's tired, you know. So that's the type of work ethic he has, you know. And I think his strongest weapon is that he surrounds himself with the right people, you know, the right people who are very competent in their jobs, you know. So hence you see, you know, everything he touches turns it into gold, you know. I don't think we've watched a more exciting AFCON than the one we are watching this time around, you know. And there's a lot to come in terms of the African continent with Patrice being at the helm. I really believe, you know, that players will earn their worth in football. You know, he makes sure that these cup competitions they get more money, you know, and we get more competition going on, you know, within the African continent. So really, all I can say is that well done to him, and he's somebody who's been a breath of fresh air in our football, you know, coming into football.
Now, tonight is game, quickly. Tonight is game. What's your take? What do you do as a coach? Do you play the players who never played, or do you go for the win?
We need to win, Brassobri, but obviously, you know, the players that didn't play are there for a reason, you know, it's because you believe in them. So they also deserve to be given a chance. But more than anything today, I believe that the players are going to be more relaxed and going to be able to express themselves more, because I know that, you know, when the guys are more relaxed, they can express themselves more. We'll see them play better, you know. Some players, some supporters, you know, are not happy about the way Bafana is playing, you know, especially taking into consideration it's mostly the Sundowns players, but they don't play like they play when they play for Sundowns in terms of the way they keep possession, you know. So we'd like to see more of that, you know, not scrapping through the results all the time, you know, really expressing ourselves, you know, against DRC and winning that game.
Manamela is very strong and say,
Yeah.
this coach must go.
I
I
also wanted to say something there.
Yeah, I for one, I would say let the coach continue.
Okay.
This guy, no, I'll allow you before I go. Let the coach continue. That would be my opinion. And then what I like most about this coach, he even unearthed a lot of players that we are not aware of. This time I would call upon the PSL teams or PSL coaches to collaborate more with the squad, because the other thing that could be imminent, there was no harmony between what was happening between the coach and the PSL coaches, and he has lamented about it. He was not shy about that. Manamela, because I need to close now. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Most of the players are local, all right? And then this today's game, I want them to go for a win, because you don't know who's watching. You don't know who is scouting. So do your best as a player.
Will you play those who haven't played, or you play the regular squad that you want to win?
Any player can be used.
As that, okay.
Yeah.
Guys,
like as I'm saying, you don't know who's scouting.
All right. Before I leave, we are a financial company. That's the first thing with us. An FSP, an authorized financial service provider with FSCA. Our license number is 47430, FSP 47430. Currently, we are busy with the members of GPF or government employees who are 55 years and above, who are intending to either retire early or resign due to some various reasons, and then but they are afraid that they'll be penalized. Of course, you'll be penalized because GPF says you must retire at the age of 60 and above. So all those people who want that kind of assistance to avoid penalty without being penalized, not even a cent, approach us. We'll therefore assist you. Not only that, we also assist those people. You know that those people who have debt review status, which was imposed, where they were tricked to be under debt review. You know, a person was looking for consolidation, because people don't understand what is a consolidation, what is the difference between consolidation and debt review. Then they find themselves under debt review. And the next thing, they can't be able to access credit. If you want to clear that, just approach us. We'll assist to clear that. Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate. And then I hope to see you again. We'll be back on Tuesday, early in the morning. Much appreciated. Score tonight, Manamela? Score tonight?
Score. Yeah. Okay, it's a win.
What?
Let 2-0.
2-0. Mshege, score tonight?
Congo.
Brassobri, exactly like Bob Ngwenya Manamela, 2-0 to Bafana Bafana.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Much appreciated. I really appreciate your time, because you were still sleeping, enjoying your slumber, June. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Bye.